If you need a good reason to get into a new sport, then this has to be it. There are now 30 days to go until the biggest day on the AFL calendar, and today is day 16 of teaching you something about the AFL to help make you a new AFL fan. Last night, in an unusual finish to the 2025 AFL regular season, we finally got confirmation as to who the 8th team was going to be in this year's final series. And in unbelievable fashion, the Gold Coast Suns have made their first ever final series, 15 seasons after joining the competition. It's the longest period of time that an expansion club has gone without making the finals, and I'm honestly super excited to see if this young team can make a run. We've got the fixture for the first week of the finals confirmed, so let's go through it now. Next Thursday starts with the first qualifying final, the Battle of the Birds, Adelaide Crows versus Collingwood Magpies. These two have a pretty crazy history against each other, as the Pies won 10 in a row against the Crows in close fashion, only up until a couple of weeks ago when the Crows finally got their revenge in a 3-point win. But now for Adelaide, with one of their most crucial players out with suspension, Isaac Rankin, and Collingwood with a big point to prove to the rest of the competition, this one for me is personally the game of the round. It's going to be spicy, fiery, and an absolute battle that I just can't wait to watch. Friday night, we have the second qualifying final, the Geelong Cats versus the Brisbane Lions, a rematch of last year's best finals game. These two fought an incredible game in last year's preliminary final, which went down to the final minute, when the Lions came from nowhere to book their grand final place and ultimately win it the next week. So the reigning champs are coming back down to Melbourne to face on the Cats with a new star-studded lineup, featuring the likes of Bailey Smith and Jack Martin, and of course the Coleman medal winner Jeremy Cameron up their sleeve. This game again is just going to be a super incredible watch, and I honestly don't know who's going to get up. Saturday afternoon hosts the first elimination final, the GWS Giants versus the Hawthorn Hawks. Both of these sides just missed out on a top 4 finish, and recently they've had a fair few close matches against each other. And with both forward lines having that flair and X factor that you want, this matchup again proves to be a juicy one. And then to round off the first week, we've got an unusual sort of matchup in the finals. Fremantle Dockers versus the Gold Coast Suns. Honestly, both of these young teams deserve their spot in this year's final series. And with not a lot of experience between both of their teams, this one could be a little bit of a shootout, with both teams being pretty nervous behind the ball. Personally, I'm super excited to see if either of these teams can make a deep run into this year's final series, because they've both got some pretty exciting players that I can't wait to see what they're going to do in this year's final series. So if you want to learn more about the AFL and the finals in general in the build-up into next week's games, hit the like and follow button and come back tomorrow for day 17 on our journey towards this year's AFL Grand Final.